the mid-range, 1 to 2 weeks. Those longer-term stories, we have them, but they're not as popular as maybe the 1 to 2 weekers. But they do happen. I'm not saying don't give up. It's just, a lot of times what's happening, I've caught a couple people in this, like all of a sudden it's like we'll go back and we'll check on people. Hey, have you found your cat? Oh, yeah, I found him, 3 weeks after I made your flyer, and then they just haven't updated yet.
Yeah. I know. I wonder about that too. When I look at our albums, I wonder, short of actually calling everybody, if they don't stay active with their posts, maybe some of these are home, and we just don't know it.
And they are. Some of them are. We have to go back around and check them. We encourage people that if you're going to fill out a report, just keep us in the loop. If your cat's back, it's great. You don't have to sit there and immediately fill it out. But when you got a chance, it's great to get those back homes in. And we love the stories. We love to know, well, how did you find your cat? Because not only do we know for future reference, we can put that story with the flyer so others who have lost their cats can go, well, this person did this and this seemed to work, so hey, why don't I try it? And a lot of times that happens. We get so many people that say, thank you so much for these tips. Thank you for telling me to go check my neighbor's garage, or for looking in the flashlight under the bush, or this and that. We found them that way. That's how we found our cat. And so it's nice to get those tips out there. The more we get, I think, the better it is, and that helps other people with their lost cats. So it's a big network. It's not just us. By golly, there's no way any of just us volunteers alone could do this. This is community-wide. This is everybody putting in the time and effort, helping everybody out. It's a big team effort.
Yeah, it definitely is. I'm always thanking our membership, for their help, because without, as you said, it is a community effort, and without everybody pitching in and matchmaking, and I noticed you talked about a matchmaking type program. I want you to tell us about that, because I always think that's one of the most important things, that if somebody's a part of the group or organization, that they do something like that. Are you a matchmaker? Can you help? Can you look at the lost and try to match them with the found and whatever? I think that's such an important thing. So how did the people just do it and you call it the matchmakers, or is there like a really specific program, I guess? I don't know.
Yeah, there is. Help does offer a matchmaking group. If you would, and they'll train you on this. That they're looking. Volunteers. Volunteers everybody is always in need of volunteers, right? Who couldn't use more volunteers? We do have a very neat matchmaking team with help. If you need more information, you can go to helpinglostpets.com. You can contact our support team at support@helpingpets.com too, and ask them how to join on that. I'm so busy with other projects that I'm not actually on the matchmaking team, but they have one, and the volunteers are awesome. If you're interested in something like that, they will train you on how to efficiently be a matchmaker. Or what we do have, and on the pages that I manage, it's kind of neat, the different states that I kind of do on Facebook, the Facebook pages. Every state has its own little community, and I get to know these people almost on a personal level because they're always on. And then you've just got those kind of matchmakers where they're going through our list of helping lost pets, found and lost reports. With matchmaking, you not only use the information that we have on helping lost pets, but they go to other sites, other shelters, and things posted on Craigslist, or things posted on other websites where people have posted lost and found pets, and they try to match that way. It's kind of an involved thing. But if you're interested, like I said, you could go and email our support team. You could go to the helpinglostpets.com website and definitely check into that.
Okay, yeah, because I'm always interested in anything that will help us too, So definitely, yeah. So what do you think about this? This is something that I heard, and I tried to search for it. I probably printed it out somewhere, but I couldn't find it when I was searching today. But there was a statistic, and I actually made a graphic about it, that said it was 81%, I think. 81% of cats will find their way back home if they're allowed to do so. And that could be like your neighbor's cat wandered over to your yard. So, it's kind of, I don't know that the word would be controversial, but it's kind of something that I never know how to feel about it, because I would rather have somebody, if they can't take the cat in and keep it safe and put up flyers, I'd rather have them maybe just, offer water or whatever, and just kind of keep your eye on it. If the cat's not sick or elderly or very tiny and you're not living on a busy street, maybe it's better to see if that cat will just go home. I don't know. I get worried because, especially if a cat goes to the shelter, it's only got a 3-day stray hold here. And
Yeah.
I figure they're not going to ever get home, if they get to the shelter.
That's one. Right. We're trying to work with the shelters. That's one of our goals. The founder of Helping Lost Pets, that is a big key thing, is we are supposed to be working with the shelters. We're trying to lessen the strays that are brought into shelters. That's one of our missions. That's another reason why we're here. Yeah, put them in the shelter. Yeah, they can only do so much, and laws change within each area. I think in Wisconsin here, they lowered it to 4 days. There's a 4-day stray hold. So as sad as that is. But to get back to your question, that's another hard one, I guess. Like you said, if you don't live on a busy road, if you're kind of looking after the cat, that's fine. People will come to us and say, hey, I found this cat. I'll say, well, here's our tips. First of all, if you can, go get it checked for a microchip.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. People use microchips, and they microchip their cats all the time. So if you can, if the cat comes to you, go ahead. Most vets will do this for free. Just go take the cat in and see if they can check for a microchip. If you're not taking it to a shelter, fill out a report with us. That's another thing. Fill out a found report. Let's get the cat on Help's map search and get the flyer out there. Then you have the power to take that flyer. You can share it to all the online community boards. That'll allow it. Of course, will allow it, is key. And then you can print these out. They're printable, and then post them around town where it's allowed, or, hand them out to your neighbors. Even when the cat's lost, we encourage the same thing. Share those flyers. That's another tip, and a lot of people have come to us and said, flyer. Get those flyers out there. And we get so many stories on the different states that I help with that they'll post the flyers up. They'll hand the flyers to their neighbors. Remember I said cats will generally stay in the area. So many stories where the neighbor called or emailed the owner and said, hey, I think your cat's here. Here's a picture. Is this your cat? And the owner's like, let me go check. I mean, I've seen reunions unfold on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
It's neat to see. It's like, oh, yeah, I got my cat. That was her.
Yeah.
So it's neat to see that. And I'm like, oh, great, update. We want the story. Yeah, so I guess that's a hard call as far as percentages. I mean, cats are resilient, but remember that outside or indoor cats that aren't used to the outdoors are going to hunker down. Right. They're not going to come out during the day. There's been stories where cats would stay, the finder, the person who found a cat said, well, this cat's been under my porch for 2 days and won't come out. They could be that scared. Well, that's, and they put out, food and stuff for it. But, and then there's also the dangers. I mean, just because, cats are smart, they're not stupid, and they're resilient. If they're an indoor cat and, they're just as much prone to the outdoor elements such as traffic, predators, they have just that many more dangers, especially being indoor, because they don't have, I guess, the street smarts to be out there. If it is a stray cat and you notice that he's declawed, I know that's a sensitive subject with some people, but it happens, then they have even less protection out there. So it's important to get the information out there. That's key, I think, is to first of all get that cat checked for a microchip, especially if you can get it to a vet, and if you can keep an eye on it, that would be great. Making sure that it's got some sort of shelter or food, and then get the information out there. Fill out a found report, and let us get that information out there, and then get those flyers out, post those flyers online. Let's see if we can't get this cat home. is I guess my best answer to that.
Yeah. I know it's a really tough thing, because I just worry sometimes that if the cat goes to the shelter, it's never going to go home because the timing is just too short. And, it amazes me almost, that people don't even know to look in the shelter or which shelter. And, it's tough. It's tough.
That is one of our missions, is to work with the shelters. We've got so many great helping lost pet pages out there, the cats, the dogs, and when we kind of talk together in a group, the volunteers for helping lost pets, they'll say, hey, I got this shelter to join us, and this. I mean, even for the shelters to get on board with helping lost pets, when these strays or these lost animals come in, that they have a central base, that where they can look and see, okay, did somebody report this dog or this cat missing? That's one of our missions, is to get everybody on board.
Right.
So, to cut down the time, the shelter time. Information and cutting that shelter time down, or even having to go to shelter, those are all missions, part of helping lost pets. Trying to get them home.
Yeah. Well, Julie, I can't believe it, but our time has absolutely flown by. It's flown by. I'll have to have you back again so we can get a little more involved in this. But for right now, if you could just quickly, tell everybody how to look up Lost Cats of America and to join your state groups.
Oh, sure. With the cat pages, we are primarily all on Facebook. If you have a Facebook account, look up Lost Cats of America. Then whatever state you're in, like I said, we have a lot of them. I believe we're over the halfway mark. A couple new ones have come in. Iowa, Lost Cats Iowa has newer to our union. The other pages I help monitor are Lost Cats Minnesota, Lost Cats of Wisconsin, Lost Cats Illinois, and Lost Cats Ohio. But there are other states out there. We've got Indiana, we've got Texas, we've got Arizona, we got California, Georgia, Nevada. Go ahead and look up whatever state. Just look up Lost Cats of. And because, remember, there's other lost pet pages out there. Look for the help symbol, the Helping Lost Pets symbol. You can tell we're affiliated with Helping Lost Pets by going to helpinglostpets.com. That's the website. Go there, and you'll see the black and yellow Helping Lost Pets symbol. Any pages that have that symbol, they're affiliated with Helping Lost Pets, and that's us.
All right, great. Well, thanks so much for being with me today, Julie. I really appreciate it.
Great. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So, okay, everybody, until next time, remember that a lost pet can't tell anyone where it lives. So please be sure your pet is microchipped and wearing its ID tags. And if it is microchipped, get that chip checked and make sure it's registered and up to date. I'm your host, Patty G. Russo, and this has been Let's Talk Pets on Society Bites Radio. Thanks for joining us today. And until next time, take care and keep your pets safe.